everybody, and welcome to a new episode of the Pipebomb Podcast. I'm Jimmy James, but I'm not here alone. I'm here with two of my main squeezes. I got Sam and Nicki. What's up, guys?
Hi.
What's
Hello.
up? Hey, Sam, how you been, bitch?
I've been very well. This is like my official first podcast one. I've only done the tea time so far, so.
And you've done them well, darling.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Did you bring us any tea, bitch?
No.
Oh, fuck you. What are you good
Lemsix.
for? Oh, yeah, you're sick. Boom.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Nick, what's good?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just a long day at school, so I'm sipping root beer right now, actually.
Ooh, root beer. Is there alcohol in root beer? Is that a stupid question?
I was just about to ask that, because we don't have that over here.
No, it's just pop, or what you guys call soda, I guess.
No,
What do you call it? Pop?
Oh, you? Okay, cool.
You guys call it pop in Canada?
Yeah.
Soda pop?
No, just no soda. Like
Just
soda,
pop.
we don't even call it soda.
Just pop.
Fuck that shit.
Pop or a fizzy drink.
A fizzy drink. We just
Yeah.
No, you guys make Rhode Islanders or Americans sound so ratchet because we just say soda.
Let's be real.
Bitch, I will catch your neck. Don't come. But speaking of things getting caught, TNA caught a TV deal. Hallelujah.
What?
Hallelujah.
Can you believe that? TNA got a new TV deal, and people on Twitter and social media are being just so shady about it, but I just been laughing. And honestly, guys, all I know is that they have a TV deal, and I can't be honest. If I know, to be quite honest with you guys, I don't know which network picked them up, because I've heard the Discovery Channel, so Angelina Love and what's the other one? Velvet Sky could be closer to their habitats or some shit like that they were saying. And then Nikki, what was the other one?
Somebody said the Food Network picked them up.
And then I also saw that Hallmark picked them up, so I don't know what to believe. I don't know where they're going, but all I know is that they got a TV deal. So, congratulations. What is?
I'm trying to find it now, so I'll try to see if I can find the exact network that picked them up. Because honestly, like, I didn't think they would get picked up. I thought they would probably just get canned.
Yeah.
Good for
Well,
them.
over here, they're quite big over here on, like, the network that we used to call, like, Challenge TV. So, like, there was something in my head that I was thinking maybe they'll just go, like, British and just stay on Challenge. It's quite a big thing over here.
I don't think it's bad if they didn't get picked up for any TV deal on the North America side, and if they just stuck with the UK. I think they would do all right because they are pretty popular over there.
Yeah.
I just found out that they got picked up. It says Impact Wrestling is moving to Destination America, whatever that is, in January 2015, and tapings are being held earlier on in the month.
I think I know what network that is. I think I have it, but I've never watched it. Never.
I've never heard of that network.
No.
No, me neither.
So
I don't think I get it here, so.
they're just gonna continue to get shit ratings, basically.
Yeah.
Well, TNA is just still fighting. TNA is like the Betty White of wrestling. It's just gonna keep going and going and going strong. So good for them. No shade to Betty White. I love Betty White, but she outlived like half all the old Golden Girls. So TNA's good for them. Good. I'm not gonna hate. Good.
Did you guys did you guys catch that knockdown? Is that what it was called?
I still haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either. I know Tom watched it all and he's taped it all, put it on YouTube and whatnot.
Did you like it?
Download it, but I haven't watched it.
I seen a little bit of it. I had to do it in a few sittings because I couldn't sit through the whole thing. And I love my women's wrestling, but some of these indie talents that they brought in was just ridiculous. But Maxine was there, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, she's who I'm more excited to see. That's why I want to watch it, just to see.
And
Maxine.
actually, Brooke Tessmacher returned, and she's fucking hilarious as a heel. Her persona as a heel is really interesting. So if she ever does come back to TNA, which I guess she is after she's finished with this amazing race, I'm excited to see what she's gonna be doing.
You never seen her as a heel before?
Well, I briefly, but honestly, I never really paid too much attention to TNA once Mickey and Tara left, because they were my girls.
Yeah.
I liked when Brooke was with Bully Ray. I thought they really dropped the ball with that little gimmick that they had going on, but she looked so hot, like, next to him. They looked like a couple. So I feel like TNA really dropped the ball with that. But I feel like the only knockout that they're doing anything interesting with right now is Brittany. I really love Brittany. I've been dying to talk about this. Thank God you reminded me, Nikki. Brittany and that guy, what's his name?
Samuel Shaw.
Samuel Shaw is the hottest TNA guy they have. I think he's so sexy and creepy. I don't know, he just does it for me. And the way that he just makes out with Brittany, I'm just like, ugh. Take me. I don't know. I love him. He reminds me of Dexter. You know, you ever watch the show Dexter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he reminds me of Dexter. And I don't know. I just like Samuel Shaw. And I love his gimmick. Like, he's like a creepy serial killer.
Was he the one that was stalking Christy Hemme around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he has such a cool gimmick. I really, really like him.
So he's
I like
up
that they paired Brittany with him as well.
What was that?
I like that they paired Brittany with him because, like, if you look at like the whole Knockouts roster, she's the one that wasn't really valid, and it now gives her like a reason to be there. So I'm kind of glad that they've done that and not just kind of thrown like ODB or someone with her. They've kind of thought it through.
Yeah, they actually put some planning in some backstage segments. So
Yeah.
thank God for that.
So what is her gimmick like with him? Is she like crazy as well, or like?
She is crazy, but she's like overly sexual, and she wanted like to break up his relationship with, I believe his name is Gunner. Yeah. And I guess they were like tag team partners or something like that. But whatever, he used to be like Samuel Shaw's wingman. Like he I guess he like helped Samuel Shaw out or something. So
Samuel Shaw was like locked away for stalking like Christy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gunner kind of got like the rights to Samuel Shaw to like be his mentor, like look after him and like make sure you get into any trouble. It's not really, it's like a parent-child kind of thing, like foster care or something.
Right.
And then
but it's weird.
And then she came in and she got into his head. So she started being the stalker. So he became the prey. So he kind of like...
that's kind of interesting.
It is interesting, and she gets involved in the matches. I think she's doing a good job. So good on her. But...
yeah.
That's enough about TNA. But speaking of things getting picked up, WWE is trying to pick up two former divas that's been circling around in the rumor mill lately. Eve and Maryse. It's been rumored that their return should be set soon. A lot of people are saying this is a Total Divas work. And me and Nikki talked about Eve last week about the possibilities of her being brought back in because they did copyright her name. So could Eve be the new general manager? Can Maryse come back? And she's been teasing on Twitter about coming back and stuff like that. But she's been doing it for a while now. But I don't know. What are your thoughts, Nick?
Well, like, I don't know if anybody's seen on WWE.com, they had like the top power couples, and Miz and Maryse was one of them. Ooh. And so like Miz was tweeting out, he was like, oh, you haven't even seen the power couple of myself and Maryse on TV yet. And then there was like Maryse on Twitter going on and just like toying with the fans. It's so sick. And then there was just reports of her going out to LA, maybe doing something with Total Divas. She just dyed her hair back to blonde. So I don't know. I would actually, personally, I would love to see Maryse back because she's one of my favorites. She's actually from the same province as I am, which is kind of cool. So I love her. So I want to see her back, and I think she'd be a perfect fit with Total Divas. But if they do bring her back and on screen as well, I'd like to see her paired up with Miz and Mizdow. I feel like I don't really want to see her in the ring. And I know James and I, we said this in our little chat the other day, like we kind of disagreed on it, but after her injury, she just never, like she wrestled too safe and too kind of restricted, and I don't know if that was just due to WWE making her do it that way, but I just don't know.
Ooh, what is going on with the banging, Sam?
Sam, what are you
What are you making us?
Pie.
You're making us pie?
Yeah, well, yeah, sort of.
I can't. I couldn't even hear Nikki. You better get us some of that poontang pie. And not the pie that you posted on Twitter, bitch. Mm-hmm.
What pie?
Maybe I should put it up for the listeners to see. The shade is real today. But I'm sorry, Nikki. Go on.
I'll stop.
Where did you not hear me?
When you were talking about her and her her coming back if she was held back or whatever when she was wrestling.
Oh, I was just saying I would like to see her paired with Miz and Ms. Dow and like be more so a manager and the mouthpiece. And I just don't want to see her wrestle really. And that's not to like say like 'cause she was a great wrestler in the beginning, and once that injury happened, she was wrestling very safe. And I'm not sure if it was just due to restrictions WWE gave her, but she was a little sloppy, and like that's just keeping it real.
I feel like all right. In Maryse's defense, I feel like when she did start, when she was working with Michelle McCool and Natty on SmackDown, she was doing the damn thing when she first started, when she first captured the Divas title. But once they moved her up to Raw, that's when Maryse started to fizzle out, because Raw is more high pressured. It's a live show, so I feel like for somebody, because she was just so new, and she was pretty like solid as a new performer. She wasn't the best, but she was pretty solid. She had her signature moves here and there. She was doing it pretty good. I feel like they should have kept her on SmackDown longer, because I remember when she was drafted to Raw, I was so disappointed. I was like, what the fuck? Why? And they said, who they said? I think it was Mickey?
They said Melina.
Melina,
yeah. Yeah, it was Melina.
It was Melina. And I was just like...
a big fucking fit about that fact.
And I was mad. That's one of the reasons why I was pissed that Maryse came onto Raw, because they put my girl on SmackDown. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, why? Why break something that's not... Why fix something that's not broken? I feel like that's when they dropped the ball with Maryse, because she wasn't ready for live TV. But with her, I feel like WWE, they when Maryse was having her run with the Divas Championship, they really watered down the Divas division big time. It was so dry. They had no storylines. It was random tag team matches here and there. So I feel like she didn't have a chance to really showcase all her talents. And if she did, the matches were under 3 minutes in a singles match.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would love to see Maryse in the dynamics of the reality era. What's going on now with the Total Divas. I want to see her mix it up with Brie. You know how Brie and Nikki stepped it up. I would love to see what Maryse brings in, honestly. So I wouldn't be so quick to write her off.
Yeah.
I feel like if she does come back, though, she needs to at least have a few months down in NXT. Work off that ring rust, girl.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want her, compared to the other girls coming up, like, with the training that they have down in that performance center, she just won't be comparable, you know? So,
I feel like she is smart enough to go ahead and get the training. Like, if she is coming back, I feel like she already has this all planned. The way she's going to go, she's going to work out her ring rust at the performance center. I feel like this is all planned for her, because she's not stupid. She's not going to go out and embarrass herself. She sees all the shade the fans throw. There's no...
But does she want to really wrestle again, or does she just want to be put on TV again?
That's the question.
No shade to her, but she's very kind of self-absorbed in a way that I'd see, like, she would rather be viewed as a total diva star, like Eva Marie.
Yeah,
so,
I could see her.
Which is fine, to be honest.
What are your thoughts, Sam?
Yeah.
I'm actually really looking forward to the hopeful return of her. I've always been a fan of Maryse, like, ever since the bathtub promos when she was like, "Welcome to SmackDown." That was really bad. I've always thought that she's been like a really kind of good character. When you were saying that she went to Raw, I totally agree about she wasn't ready for live TV, because you kind of had like your female roster that were kind of good enough for live TV on Raw, and then the ones that kind of needed a bit of work, they were kind of on SmackDown. That's why they didn't have a title originally. But I just want to go back to what you said before. You said about Melina was like pissed that she went to SmackDown. Is the draft like not told to them?
No,
beforehand?
it's all surprise.
It's completely random.
Random.
Like from the reports that I always read.
Yeah,
because I literally had no idea. I thought that was all like storyline planned.
Remember when JR was drafted to SmackDown? He said that was a complete shock. Like, he had no idea that was going to happen to him. And he said one thing about the drafts, that's the most authentic, realist thing that happens in wrestling. They want the reaction out of the superstars when they get drafted. They want the legit reaction. So
that was my favorite things about WWE was the draft. I was always so excited.
Right after Mania. It used to be something to look forward to. You know, after WrestleMania dies down and it's over, you're like, oh, Mania's over. But before, it used to be like, oh, but we have the draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it would make it exciting again, but
so with the draft, like the one that they did on the night, that was like legit and real. What about like the supplemental stuff that was afterwards? Because was that not planned as well?
On the internet? It's
they
have no idea, Sam. It's a draft. It legit.
Well, we don't have like drafts and stuff over here, like because you do it in like American football, don't you?
Yeah.
We don't know what that is over here.
But I'm sure like top guys like John Cena and like Undertaker, they would be told if they're going to a different brand. I feel like they have some kind of input. But you know, the undercard people, like, no way, they ain't telling them shit. This is where you're going, and you're collecting a paycheck. You're our talent. You're gonna go where we tell you to go.
I think it was also another way to like show a power in the company as itself. Like, hey, you don't have any authority of which way. If you're too comfortable on this brand, or if you piss us off on this brand, we're sending you over to the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. I always thought it was like legitimately storyline planned. So I'm happy with that. Sorry. Maryse going back into the ring or being like manager style. I actually kind of wanted to go back into the ring. I'm hoping that AJ, will win at Survivor Series. Hopefully, kind of see some kind of return of Maryse, and then I'd like to see her beat AJ because she was the one that
me too.
Like broke the streak kind of thing.
Yeah, because AJ is the one who topped her, so...
I'd like Maryse to kind of come back and be like, no, bitch, it's mine.
Mm-hmm. But we're giving so much shine to Maryse, but what about my girl Eve? I would love Eve to come back. She's always been one of my favorites, especially when she became a heel. I feel like she really blossomed in the division. She was the division, and she's the 3-time Divas champion. She's won the title on more occasions than anybody else. And she just has so many accolades, and she can wrestle, she can talk, she's beautiful, and I'm here for Eve. I really would love Eve to come back, but she would have to come back as a heel for me. Eve cannot be a babyface. She's too boring as a babyface.
I don't think Eve can come back as an active wrestler. I think she has to come back as management.
Either way I could take it, I would take Eve, honestly, because she's that good for me. I like her. She's one of my top 5 all-time favorites. She's my... It's tough with her and Layla. I can't pick which one I like out of the Diva search. It's tough, but I gotta say Eve. I always liked Eve a little bit more than Layla.
I guess now seeing what Layla like became, it's not comparable to Eve. But I was just saying, do you guys remember when Eve came back for the Slammies and everybody was like hoping, we're like, yes, Eve's back. She's gonna be that bitchy heel. And she came back as just generic bland babyface again. So if she does come back, that can't be the case. And I'd like to see her get in the ring, but as like if she came back, I'd want to see her as general manager or general manager's assistant, and then gradually go and move into the ring, just to get her familiarized with the crowd again.
Yeah,
because you know the WWE crowd, they fucking forget everything.
Exactly. They need to give her that AJ Lee treatment when AJ came in. Like, Eve has 1 million followers, all right? She has a big following. She was their top diva before she left, and they passed the torch to AJ. It is what it is. When Kelly left, I feel like Eve took the banner, the top diva. And then Eve only had it for a short period of time because she was ready to leave. She was getting married and everything. So, then they gave it to Caitlyn. Was a flop. Caitlyn was just holding that title just to get AJ ready for it. So, but speaking of AJ has a match this Sunday with Nikki Bella, and this past Monday, Nikki Bella came out for an exhibition match against her sister, who came out dressed up just like AJ Lee. Bitch, you couldn't tell me that wasn't AJ Lee when that music dropped and she came out like that. I was like, wait, AJ's super tanned, and I was like, where's the belt? That's the first thing I thought. I was like, where's the belt and why is she so tanned? And then when the cameras came into, I was like, oh, it's this bitch. But whatever, regardless. The point is, the why I'm bringing this up is I am just so sick of the WWE going back to these same old storylines. I feel like every time we have a title match between two divas, they gotta dress like each other. The one has to dress, and then I hear the reports that AJ comes out dressed like Nikki Bella on Friday Night SmackDown. And I'm like, Didn't she do this with Paige? And I'm like, what? Didn't she do this with Caitlyn? Didn't Lay Cool do this 100 times? Didn't Melina and Trish do it? And I'm just like, enough, not Melina, Mickey and Trish. I'm just so sick of it. I'm over it. It's so redundant. It's pointless. It makes no sense. Okay, she's dressed up like Brie Bella. She's dressed up like AJ. Let me beat her up. It's like, come on. And then next week, AJ's dressed like Nikki. I'm just over it. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think, Tom? I mean, Sam. I'm sorry.
What? I don't mind. Like, I'm not really fussed on it. If it helps with the story, it helps with the story. But it always seems to be like a joke when they do it, and that's when I don't like it. I'd like to see maybe 1 week, like, for example, is Brie under this contract still? This 30 days?
Yeah, it's up this Sunday.
Ah, right, okay. I would have liked to have seen, like, an ass kicking from Brie, like, dressed as AJ to kind of say, like, well, this is what's going to happen to you kind of thing.
I think AJ and Brie are gonna pull twin magic on Sunday on Nikki Bella for the win. Or I feel like, or maybe Nikki might get the pin on Brie and thinking it's AJ and she's gonna get the title, and then it's gonna be a big confusion.
Do you think Brie's gonna dress as AJ when she goes there?
I think so, because the fans, like, not even as much as I hate it, it really got over with the fans, because I saw on Twitter a lot of people were loving Brie's look as AJ. They thought she looked hot. She looked hot. So I can see WWE capitalizing and have her dress as AJ again. Maybe it'll be Nikki Bella's grand plan to do it. Maybe to psych out AJ again. And then when they go pull the twin magic, she'll accidentally pin her own sister. So, I don't know. And then, yeah, and then AJ could come in with a shining wizard when Nikki realizes that she's pinning Brie and get the win. I feel like that would be an interesting way to finish the match. But I'm just so over the dressing up shit. I'm over it.
Yeah, I am too. It's like you guys, I agree with absolutely everything both of you said, because it's so redundant and they've been using it in every single storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it has a general purpose and it makes sense for the story, then that's great. Like Mickey and Trish, that worked out. Even when Michelle and Layla were making fun of Mickey
James,
and
it made
Layla
sense.
dressed up as Mickey, that was funny. It made sense. I get it if Nikki, if she wanted to like make a statement and be like, okay, I'm gonna beat AJ, and so she made Brie dress up as her. If she got the pin and made like a dominant showing and just beat the fuck out of her, then that would have made more sense. But I don't know, it's just really confusing, because then AJ comes in, Brie ends up getting the win on her, and like shouldn't, like, because she got the win, shouldn't that contract thing be up, or it just doesn't make sense, or like broken, and then AJ comes in and she takes out both of them. It just, I don't know, I'm really confused what's going on. And then with reports of her going too, I just don't see what's happening.
Yeah.
Get it.
No idea. But speaking of AJ, when Mickey just mentioned, there are rumors swirling around that AJ Lee will be wrapping up with the WWE come Survivor Series. What do you think, Sam?
If she goes, it would be a loss, but I'm kind of sick of AJ stealing all of the spotlight, because I do think that as long as AJ's there, girls like Naomi and stuff like that will not get a look in at the title. So I'm kind of glad that hopefully she will. Maybe if she leaves, other girls like Naomi would start being able to show they are really good in the ring and they are worthy of being champion, but it's hard when you've got such a prominent, popular diva in the way.
Nikki?
Yeah, I think it's true, to be honest. I mean, she's been married to CM Punk for 6 months now. I feel like she's done a lot in her career. There is a few things she could do left. I remember GG mentioned a Stephanie match. But I mean, she could always come back. That's the thing. Like, I feel like she's been the main focus and the focal point of the Divas division for the past, 2-3 years now, that she needs to kind of step back and somebody else can take her spot.
I feel like she might take a little break, like she did, take a nice hiatus, and then come back. I don't think she's going to leave the company altogether. Do I want AJ to leave? No, I don't want her to leave. I like AJ. I feel like the only reason why some fans, like Sam, said that he wouldn't be, too upset if she left is because they're not booking her as well as they used to. Not at all.
Yeah.
They're not using AJ to her full potential. If they were, we'd all be heartbroken that she's leaving. The girl has talent. I don't want to see anybody with talent and potential just leave. And somebody who has passion. It's all right. Somebody who has passion for the business as AJ Lee. I wouldn't want her to leave. That's just me. I'm kind of sad that I heard these rumors, and I don't know. I don't know what to believe, honestly. I don't know if she's leaving. I don't know if she's staying. I have no idea. I just want her to stay. That's all I gotta say about that.
I just don't even know now. Like, at first I was like, oh, AJ's going to retain this Sunday because Brie's going to cost Nicki the win because her contracting will be up. But now with all these reports of her going, I don't really know. Is Nicki going to become Divas champion this Sunday? And it's like, what's going to go from there storyline-wise? Where does this leave Paige? Where does this leave Alicia? Where does this actually leave Brie and Nicki? Are they going to put them into the championship title run right now? Because I thought they were saving that for Mania. Like, there's so many unanswered questions.
No idea. I don't know, but all I know is interesting. WWE, they always fall short when it comes to the freaking divas. All the freaking time. It's just... They have so many possibilities that they could go with this title in the Nikki Bella, the Bella Twins feud. That they're just so stupid. This Cinderella storyline is so retarded to me. I am so sorry.
You know what really pisses me off, though, is the fact, okay, in this current era, the reality era, the PG era, AJ Lee has been the top diva in the division. Mm-hmm. Nobody can deny that. Maybe the Bellas are underneath her, but that's beside the point. Looking back at the golden era, when Trish left and when Lita left, they made a big deal about it. There was build to it. So if this is the case that she's actually leaving the company and this is the last feud she's given on the way out, that's just bullshit in my opinion.
Yeah. That's really bad. Like, if this is the way that she's going to go out with a feud with a diva who started off pretty much as a joke for her lack of being able to wrestle, and fair enough that she's, like, learned her way up. But it's frustrating if this is how she's going to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Well, speaking of divas going, it's been announced that at Survivor Series, we're going to have our, I believe it's an 8 diva tag match. It's not the traditional 7. It's going to be an elimination match, so we're going to see divas getting eliminated all night. I feel like this match should have never been booked. Honestly, I know, I get it. Everybody wants to see the divas out. All our favorites are going to be out there. But I feel like it's just going to take time away from Nicki and AJ's match. And this is just going to be a rushed, sloppy shit show. It always is every year. And if they come out and they give us something great, I'll give the girls props. But I feel like this is not necessary. It wasn't promoted. There's no story behind it. Natty's been busy with her husband. So why the hell is she going to be thrown into this? And Alicia Fox is now booked as a babyface. It looked so fucking random. Alicia Fox is what tipped my boat. I was over it when I saw her standing over there with Naomi and all the other baby faces and Emma. I was over it. I just think that this match is going to be a waste of time. I thought it was going to be on the pre-show. I heard it's not. So, I'm over it.
It could go like one of two ways. It could be like really interesting and you'll get to see how like well the other divas can perform. But if you're going to get the first elimination within a minute, you know it's not going to be worth it.
No, it's just going to be finisher after finisher after finisher, and then we're probably going to get the page turner on Fox, and that'll be it.
It's just going to be like last year's elimination match. And, like, to be honest, I love the Survivor Series elimination matches, and I think we were talking about it last week if we were going to get one. And the potential that they have, because all of these girls that are competing in this match, yes, even Cameron, have improved, and they they have what it takes to pull off a good match if they're given a decent amount of time. So if they're given 8 minutes, like, please just give us something that they can work with and it would make sense.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with 8 minutes. 8 minutes would be fine for me.
Yeah,
when you're gonna get like a 5-minute match, it's not worth it.
I feel like Paige is going to obviously be the sole survivor because I feel like she was promoted a lot for Survivor Series, so she's gonna have that moment. I feel like,
and she's the recent women's the recent former Divas champion out of the bunch, so I feel like she will be. I don't think she will. She might be the sole survivor because the heels will all go. I feel like she is gonna pick up the win for this match, and I do like Survivor Series matches. Don't get me wrong. I really like the one. Remember with Ashley Mazzaro, Beth Phoenix, Melina, and them. That was the only one I liked with Jillian and Cherry. I really like that one, but
that wasn't a Survivor Series match.
It wasn't? Oh,
no,
it was Backlash.
Was a Backlash match.
Oh yeah, I felt like it. But Gigi is here. Gigi, what are your thoughts on
Gigi girl?
Gigi, where you been, bitch? Let's have a Kiki real quick.
Let's have a Kiki with Gigi.
Yes, Gigi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. Glad to have you. The diva is late. But Gigi, what are your thoughts on the recently announced Divas Survivor Series traditional match?
I'm happy we got it, but I'm sad that was just like so last minute. But it's like WWE, so much you think you're gonna get. Like it's gonna be last minute. But I'm happy that the girls are getting some shine. I don't like the photo they used of Naomi with that green lipstick. They need to get a new render of her. But I'm happy the girls are getting a match, and I hope, like you guys said, I think Paige is gonna be sole survivor just because she's like the most over diva right now.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. How do you feel about Fox being on the babyface side?
I think I'm okay with it since she has been getting beat up by Paige, and she is the babyface of the two, and they flip flop her anytime. But I do prefer her on the babyface side.
You know what? I really feel like her gimmick with the craziness, bipolarness, really came from how they treat her on the roster. Like, one day she plays a babyface, the next day she plays a heel. They feel like they could throw Fox into anything, and that's why she's so lost in the freaking division. I don't understand why the fuck two heels can't hate each other. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it makes no damn sense. In the real world, there are two assholes that don't like each other. And there are two good people that don't like each other. So it just makes no damn sense to me. I'm just so over it.
Quite interesting you said about that, because did you hear the interview with Caitlyn a while ago? I think it was as part of Diva Dirt, and she was saying how when she got thrown into the True Divas team last year, it was like because she wasn't on Total Divas, she had to now be friends with all these because heels and heels have to be friends and faces, and she was just like making a point that, like you just said, there are a few people out there who might be like arseholes and they don't like each other, but just because they're both arseholes doesn't mean they have to like each other. That was like her point with it all, and that makes sense again with Alicia Fox this year.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But she hit the nail on the head.
She really did. But WWE also hit the nail on the head with that new network show that they had last night with the Attitude Era Divas on the Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Wars, I believe. I believe it was called Divas Gone Wild. I'm sorry.
Divas Gone Wild.
Oh my god. I'll just have to say, I give the show a 10. I was really entertained. I felt like they really treated the Divas well. They really got in depth with the Divas division and how it evolved and everything. I liked how they went all the way back to Alundra Blaze, how she started, and then with the Nitro girls, when Eric Bischoff tried to compete and WWE was looking at them. And you know what? I forget who it was, but they said exactly what I was thinking when I was a kid watching this. I was like, this is so boring. All they're doing is dancing. If I want to see cheerleaders, I could just watch football. That's exactly what I said when I was a kid. I was like, it's like cheerleaders. It's like, what's the point? When you can watch WWE with the Attitude Era and watch these women like Sable or like go crazy and like do power bombs. Like, I used to think Sable was the most gifted woman wrestler ever. I used to think like nobody can beat her. I used to want to be Sable. Like, that's when I knew I was gay. It was because of Sable. I remember my uncle got me a Sable action figure, and my sister sat on the couch and broke her head. I cried for days because I loved Sable. And then one time when I was a kid, I was at my grandparents' house and I was in the mirror and I was quoting her, "This is for all the girls who come to see me and for all the men who want, whatever, you guys know it." And I looked to my left and my grandparents are watching me. And I even did the grind. A mess.
Hilarious.
But I felt like it was...
Even that I kind of did that with was Trish, though.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah.
Well, you're a little
that's
younger
when
than me.
I was younger, so
Yeah.
I started watching it then. So she
Yeah.
was my Sables, and I used to have my cruiserweight belt, and I would do her poses all the time. And I would call my finisher move. I used to wrestle just by myself. If that you know what Damien Sandow does?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to do that too.
So I would call my
I still do that.
I would call my move the Nick kick, and resemble the chick kick and all this shit. Like, it was just crazy.
Gigi, who was your Sable?
Well, it's like AJ right now. Like, my friends always laugh. I'm like, "Hi, my little crumpet," and they're like, "What?" And then I always skip to them when we're at school or something just to embarrass them.
So you really are an AJ stan like crazy, huh?
Yes, love her.
Sam, who's your Sable?
Mine. See, my one isn't even a proper wrestler. It was Terry.
Really? I love Terry too.
I just love Terry.
I love Terry.
She was fab. She always will be fab. I adore Terry.
And I also liked on the network they really like showcased her very well. I felt like I seen her a lot, and when they talked about how her character was so different, she would just sit there and smoke a cigar. Like it was so cool. I remember when she got burned in the fucking face. I was just like by her cigar. I was like, oh my god, like. They just did the damn thing with this. And I also like when Sable was talking about Trish Stratus, just saying how she's just doing her own thing. She's pretty good. I thought it was really cool. They showed a light side of Sable because, you know, we don't hear a lot of good things about Sable. But it was nice.
They showed Sunny too quite a bit. Like some nicer qualities and sides of her as well. But like noticing what they did showcase of her, like, yeah, because I said it last week, I was kind of shitting on her. But watching this now, like, yeah, she did revolutionized the women's role in wrestling. She really did. But she had such a fucking ego. Oh my god, because the amount of stuff they gave that woman. I mean, same with Sable as well.
I feel like if she didn't have that ego, she wouldn't have gone as far.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
And I've just found the torrent of it online so I can download it and watch it.
You haven't seen it? Oh,
I haven't seen it either, yeah.
Oh my god, you guys.
I'm glad that they acknowledged Alundra Blaze as well, because we were just talking about her last week.
Yes, they even talked about the fucking title going into trash again, and they won't put this bitch in the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't understand.
Eric Bischoff even said, like, he
did it against her will.
She didn't want to.
Yeah, he said it was against her will, and he made her do it because he's her boss. And at the end of the day, you're going to do what your boss says. And a quick little side note that was on it, too. Rosa Mendez, when she was talking about Sable, I said, girl, you wish.
What did she say again?
She was like, Sable was the sexiest diva ever. She was just so sexy. I was like, of course Sable was your favorite. Because Sable didn't do shit. She couldn't wrestle. She couldn't do a powerbomb. If that's who you're leaning on, girl, now we see. Now everything makes sense. Rosa came full circle for me with this show. I was over
Rose doesn't even look like a girl who like watched wrestling when she was growing up. Like she knew who Stone Cold Steve Austin was, and that's it. And she probably couldn't spell his name. So.
Well, then again, she probably did know who Sable was.
With a PH.
I mean, Gigi with the Sable thing, because Sable was a pop icon in the 90s. Like, she got really, really popular. I remember she was on La Femme Nikita. She was on Public Blue. Like, all these shows.
She was on Jay Leno one time.
Yeah. She was on Jay Leno. She was on the cover of Playboy, which is still one of the top-selling issues ever. Like, she really crossed over and it really helped the Attitude Era get to the highest peak. She was the top diva. That's why I'm like, where is her Hall of Fame ring? You know what I mean? It's like, come on, WWE. You're giving it to Drew. I don't even know his last name. What is it?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey. But you won't give a woman who, like, put her all in, like, all this bullshit that she dealt with the company and really got you guys to a certain level. You guys won't even glorify her. It just makes no damn sense.
They probably tried to induct her, but fucking Brock Lesnar has her on a farm in the middle of nowhere, and like their cell phone's like millions of yards away. She probably can't even get the phone call.
Just isolated away from everyone.
I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for something special for Sable. Maybe like on her anniversary.
Now though, like, is she still looking fine? Because she's like what, 58?
Well, think she's married. She has to be looking good. She's married to Brock Lesnar. I'm sure she was.
I've seen photos. She looks good for it. But there was one like at Jimmy John's in this terrible lighting. She looked like a Chris Keeper. Like she looked like so terrible.
You know who looks good? Terry Reynolds looks good.
Yeah, she does.
She looks really good. Yeah, she looks good.
I haven't seen her.
And so does Deborah. Deborah looks good. They all look good. All these former divas. And another thing,
have we seen Sunny? Have you?
Sunny looked great on the network. You should see her. I guess that was like around WrestleMania when she was talking about the divas. But she looked amazing. And I'm like, all right, my thing with Sunny is, all right, we all know she's a cunt bitch. Everybody knows that she's terrible. She's been to jail, for God's sake. And she's been passed around like a loose joint, been backstage. But at the end of the day, she did her damn job and she did it well. And I will give her every prop in the world that she is the original diva, point blank and a period.
Right.
It is what it is. You got to give her props, even though she's sloppy now. It is what it is. And they also highlighted China very well. This is so much to talk about from this thing.
Yeah, really.
China.
This is like the first time they've ever had positive stuff to say about China. I mean, especially right after what went on like last month with China's crazy tyrant video.
I think they would. I thought they were gonna cut her right off because of skip. But they know the fans would go crazy if they skipped out China with the Attitude Era. Are you kidding me? Like,
I mean, come on.
She helped out big time. Even Miss Elizabeth, they threw some shade at WCW when WCW hired Miss Elizabeth. They said that Miss Elizabeth basically just went to WCW for a paycheck. They said basically that's all she went there for because they gave her good money. But when she got there, they didn't know what the fuck to do with her. And
They really did.
they had no idea. No idea. With the women's division, no fucking idea. Nitro Girls, really? At first I thought it was cute. And then somebody else also made a mention. They were like, on the show, they said, oh, you'll never remember Miss Hancock. But
It was
you'll-
Booker T.
Yes. And I was like, so well said. He said, you'll never remember Miss Hancock, but you'll remember Stacy Keibler. And he was like, WWE made stars. They made stars. They didn't just have people out there. Like Miss Hancock, I remember Miss Hancock because I loved her theme song. And then she would get on the tables and start stripping. I loved it. But she really became her and Tori Wilson when they crossed over to the WWE. That's when they became Tori Wilson and Stacy Keibler that everybody knows and loves. But if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's a good watch. It's an hour and it's just perfection. I give it a
Some
10.
people make mention of Jacqueline too. Like,
Yes. Jacqueline winning the title, why the women's title was vacated. They even talk about that. And then they talk about why they brought it back. It's really, really good. And I was surprised. And they didn't even talk that much about Trish. That's why I loved it. Because Trish is not the only reason why the Divas division is alive. And people like to base it around Trish Stratus.
Was there a lot of Lita in it or no?
Yes, they talked about Lita, of course. They did it. They talked about Lita. And who was it? I forget who they talked about before Lita. I think it was Sable. And then they went into Lita. Because Sable had the looks, right? Lita had the athletics. And then Trish Stratus had the whole package. So that's why
they talked about Stephanie.
Yes. And then they talked about the Queen Diva, Stephanie McMahon, how Vince McMahon was so invested with the women's division that he even signed up his daughter for it. And then Stephanie became the biggest, most powerful woman in the business because, you know, women weren't really doing anything until Stephanie became the biggest, powerful woman on the show. And she could show that women can hold power in the wrestling business.
She really did make Lita and Trish, like, kind of, like, started their
She
career.
put them over. She put them over. It was Stephanie. It was the hatred for the boss's daughter, the bitchy princess.
Yeah.
So it worked.
She was on SmackDown during like SmackDown's good days. So
that's why they always go back to say like Ultimate Warrior said it best. You can't be a legend on your own. You need that hand. Like, you know, like if it's cold, you need a glove. It's like it has to be in pairs to become successful. Stone Cold and The Rock. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You guys need to watch it. It was so good. So good.
I wasn't expecting it that good.
Yeah, me either. I didn't expect it to be this good.
No.
What were you gonna say, Sam?
I was like, is it available like on the network at any time?
Yeah.
Because if you're listening and you're from the UK, we clearly don't get it over here yet. But if you somehow find me online, I will send you a link to get the download.
Yes, give out your Twitter so they can follow you.
At @SamPele_, SAMPELE_. And then I can just like link it to you if you want to download it for yourself, just because the WWE clearly some reason hate the UK and have postponed our network until next year.
Well, that's only like a month, so you'll be alright.
We were supposed to have it this month.
Really?
Yeah, they're fucking they had like chants at the UK things like where's our network and stuff, like they were not happy.
No wonder it was supposed to be this month because they were gonna tour there this month, so it would have made sense to go and promote it and everything. Yeah. Is that why they took out all the logos for the network when they were overseas? I heard that they weren't promoting anything of it.
I knew that when they
That's why, like, if you watch Sorry.
Oh, no, continue, Sam.
I was like, that's why when you watch the Raw episode that was... Raw and SmackDown episodes that were taped in Liverpool, which is just up the road from me, they don't mention the network, like, at all.
Yeah.
Through the whole episode.
No $9.99 shit, nothing.
No, nothing, no.
All I know was that, like, during the tapings, during commercials, Vince McMahon would, like, have, like, a little promo, like, apologizing to the crowd for not having the network, and then, the crowd would boo them and stuff. So maybe that was one of the reasons why they were just so dead that other week, and we were talking about it, and how he had to come out. trash talk the crowd.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I read an article where he got mad at the crowd for being like dead. He's like, "Where's your spirit?"
He's like, "Have fun, damn it!"
He made that old man get out of his seat to come and cuss them out. Like, that's
Vince was probably the gorilla not having it. He was probably there fuming with steam coming out of his ears. And he just walked out. He's like, I'm going to go and I'm going to address them, damn it. I could just picture him backstage.
We'd get a better crowd if we had the network.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in that gorilla, let me tell you.
Oh, me too.
But
you never find Eva in there. She doesn't know where it is.
I want to know how she got injured. Like, what were you doing? Like,
oh, did we ever...
Hasn't she had a boob job?
Yeah. I think... Go ahead, Nikki. You know what? All right, I'm gonna come into defense for Eva Marie. A lot of people are thinking that she just went to go enhance her boobs just for like vanity, but I really feel like she probably ruptured an implant because she did say that she was injured. So I feel like she ruptured an implant, and while she was, because it happened to Gail Kim, it's a common injury for divas in the wrestling business or any women wrestler with implants. It's common. So I feel like she probably went in and then she got it enhanced a bit. She probably went a size bigger or something, which is fine. Like, girl, bye. They all do it. I just can't wait to see it in the ring, honestly. She's just so hot.
I just saw like, oh, I'm injured right now. Like, how? You don't do anything. Like, how do you get injured on the DDT? But I don't understand.
She's probably training. She does work the house shows.
She'll be fine.
She's been working house shows before she got injured.
All I know is that we don't miss her except for Tom.
Yeah, I haven't really, like, I told James the other week, I just miss looking at her. I don't miss watching her wrestle, or trying to wrestle.
I miss her. I'll say it.
Sorry.
I do miss her. I miss her. I don't know if I don't miss her in the ring. I'll just say that.
I don't miss her in the ring. I don't miss her on the mic, if they ever did give her a mic. I can talk right shit.
I don't know. Poor Eva. Eva, I just wish you the best in a speedy recovery, girl. I got your back. But speaking of divas being in the ring, Natty was in the ring with 3 men and a intergender, whatever the hell they try to bill it as. What did they try to... Interspecies. I said, WWE, good night. Good fucking night. Like, I can't. But the match, Tyson Kidd he's one of my new favorites. He's one of my new favorite heels. I love this guy to death. I think he's so innovative. The match, Natty didn't get in the match at all, but what do you guys think? Should they bring back intergender matches and women against the men? What do you think? What do you think, Gigi?
I think it depends. Like, if it's like a diva like Chyna or Karma, yeah. But if it's like someone like small, like a Kelly or Eva, I don't want to see them up against a guy. So I say, like, it depends. If it's like if it sounds right for the storyline when they had like Chyna and Jeff Jarrett and she won Intercontinental title, I'm like, Chyna could whip a guy's ass. Like, now if it's someone like Eva or like Brie Bella, then like, no.
But Trish and Lita did it pretty well when they used to beat up on the guys.
I feel like...
Yeah, but they're still like intimidating girls. I'm talking about like little like kind of Barbie looking girls, like a Kelly when they tried to put her against like Carlito and stuff like that.
Nikki?
I feel like the girls that they do have on the roster that would like make sense would be Tamina or Natalya. Like, Natalya versus Tyson, that would be, storyline-wise, that would be perfect. Because, honestly, like, I definitely agree with you just to jump on Tyson Kidd's train, because he's, like, one of my favorites right now, too. Mm-hmm. He's so aggressive. He's just a ring general, and he's finally kind of growing into his own on the mic. But Natalya's really bringing it down for me. I'm sorry, girl, but, like, did you see the app segment from Raw after she was, like...
yeah.
Yeah, she was booked on the top 100 matches you need to see before you die. She was the only diva match on there with Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And so she's talking about that, and then Tyson comes in, and he's like, oh my god, you're always talking about yourself. Here you go, talking about the past. And he's like, we need to talk about the future. We need to talk about it now.
I love him.
Oh, in fact, you lost that match. And he walks away, and she's like, no, he doesn't mean that. He's just really supportive. Really supportive. Like, she's just not good on the mic. She's the worst diva on the mic we have on the main roster right now, which is sad.
Worse? Worse than Brie?
No, Natalya.
Yes.
Yeah, she's worse than Brie.
You guys think she's... I don't think she's worse than Brie.
No, I just think Natty's voice just sounds very motherly, so it's not like you can, like...
I just find it too forced.
She's too She's too cookie cutter. That's her problem. She's too cookie cutter.
I want to.
She just like tries too hard
like,
to like speak in cliches and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Really good tea kettle.
Yeah, I'm so sick of that. Like literally, I'm
Like,
so
I'm gonna
over it.
forget my manners and like.
remember when she was on that interview with Rosenberg and he asked her how she's doing and she just went straight to the bullshit. He was like, "Cut the bullshit. How are you doing?" He's like, "No, tell me how you're doing." I was like, "Yes, put her together," because that's how I would have been in the interview. I'd be like, "Natty, what's good?" Well, no, what is good? What's good? What's going on? I want to know what's going on. But she just needs to snap out of that. Get out of it, girl. You're playing a character. Like, stop it.
And you know what? This whole storyline, how Tyson has been, like, using her, manipulating her, she's just fucking taking it. If you're upset about it, Natty, show some emotion.
Well, Nikki, hold on. I like the build. I'm loving the build. That's one thing What, Gigi?
Racing Gyms?
No, go ahead. No, that's all I had. I love the build. I love the build between the two.
No, I just thought like maybe I think it was like on a main event and it was like when he was against Sheamus and like he threw her in front of her. I feel like Natty, I thought she was going with it. That was gonna be like some type of thing where like she's gonna turn heel.
Yeah.
I prefer to see like turn heel with Tyson because she's way better as a heel.
I think that's gonna be the curveball. Natty's gonna go heel. I really do. She's gonna help Tyson win the Intercontinental title or something.
I hope so. Because
I
honestly, I just don't. Like, I love this storyline, and I like how they finally brought it up from NXT, but I feel like Tyson is really succeeding in it, and Natty's just not giving me enough to, like, feel sorry for her.
Okay, guys. Would you think... Okay, Natty's found success in the Divas division. She's on Total Divas, and now she's working with her husband on TV. Do you feel like she's kind of holding back to let her husband shine?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think
No, I think if you look at all the great storylines that she has been involved with that are memorable, she's been a heel in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like, it's just kind of...
It could be an Eve Torres symptom. Like, you're just a terrible babyface. Boring.
Yeah.
I fucking hope so. But it's a shame, though, because you see her on Total Divas and she's really nice. So then why are you...
Nice!
Really nice.
Nice! Natty bitches all day on that damn show.
I mean, like, she's nice to the other girl. She's kind of like the mom.
Yeah.
Whereas it comes to Tyson,
Oh,
she's
no.
like, fuck you, Tyson.
Let me tell you guys this. I love Natty. I think she's great in the ring. I love her. But if I was a diva backstage, me and Natty wouldn't be friends. No way.
Me neither.
No way. I'd be like, you're always...
I see where you're coming from, yeah.
I'll be sitting there with Nikki Bella. That'd be my girl. And I'd be like, she's always bitching about her husband. Maybe if she gets some new shoes, maybe her husband will fuck her. Like, that would be me. Because, like, she walks around in these kitten heels and I'm over them. But she's just not my cup of tea. She's not. And Summer Rae either.
That me and Alicia would hate on Cameron, so...
I would
So,
love
like,
Cameron. Cameron would be
I'm
my
a bit, like,
girl.
off topic, but, like, if you were in the locker room, like, diva in the locker room, who would you, like, your friend be and who would, like, your worst enemy be?
Mine would be Nikki and probably Cameron, honestly.
As your besties?
Yes.
And who would you hate?
Summer and Natty.
Ooh.
I love Summer as a character, and I would give her props. I'd be like, you do great out there, but you're just a cunt. I'm sorry. That would be me and Summer all day. Summer would be like, that James, bitch.
My girls would be Paige and Rosa.
I can't with Rosa.
And you hate?
My enemies would be Natalia and probably the Bellas, just out of spite.
Ooh.
Just like, oh my god.
So me and Nikki wouldn't like each other. Me and Nikki would hate each other.
What about you, Gigi?
I'd probably have like AJ and
Of
Naomi
course.
as my girls, and then I would hate like on Eva and the Bellas. Just like, why are you here, Eva? Like you can't wrestle in the Bella Twins. Just like, did you see that promo? Oh my god, how terrible.
Fair enough. That's fair.
What about you, Sam?
I think, like, being British, I'd have to be, like, friends with Paige. We could just, like, talk about England and whatnot and be annoying. And Emma, because I think I'm the only person in the world who actually likes Emma.
I like Emma, too. I would be cool with Emma and Paige as well. Because I heard that Paige loves one of my favorite bands, City and Color, when she was on Talk is Jericho. She mentioned that she likes them, and I was like, what? I love City and Color. I was like, oh my god, how cool. So, I would get along with Paige, of course. But
I think
Summer,
I'd probably, like, hate getting along with... I wouldn't really get along with Natty and Rosa.
No, I wouldn't get along with Rosa either. I don't like to take care of sloppy drunks, I'm sorry. Like, no. That would be me.
I'm like that in work, though. Like, with Rosa, like, the fact that she hasn't had a televised win and stuff in, like, 8 years. when I'm at work and stuff, there's a guy who works in another store, and he's been there for like 6 years, and he hasn't been promoted, and he's kind of like really bitter about it. And I was like, yeah, but you're just not good at your job. So I'll be the same to Rosa, like, but you're not good at your job. So
he's the Rosa Mendes of the job.
He is the Rosa Mendes of CEX. Fuck you, Paul.
Damn, fuck Paul. I say what you, Sam. I got your back. But
whatever, I'll hold your hair, Rosa.
You get, that's all you
I'd be like,
Nikki.
Rosa, that boob job, that I'm like, girl.
Oh yeah, I'd have to talk to her about it.
Nikki, you would have to hold her hair, and then somebody else would have to hold her tits just so she could reach the toilet. 'Cause I can't. Like, it's just too damn big. But speaking of Natty and TJ's relationships and who we would be friends with in the WWE, apparently Victoria's marriage is going down the drain. And it's all over social media. Apparently her husband has been cheating on her. And Victoria really got 17-year-old ghetto and got on Twitter and just posted all the drama like some bitches do. All they do
put
is
the bitch's phone number on Twitter.
put the bitches, and then had fans tweeting her, "Who's that? Oh, some whore that he's fucking." I can't. This is just. I hope she was hacked. That's all I pray. I hope she was hacked.
I
But
doubt it. Victoria looks like a bitch that would have like maybe like 2 good drinks and is all like, I'm about to expose this.
she really got this bitch. Does this bitch not know?
He is a 2-drink Tammy.
How are you gonna go fuck Victoria's husband? I would be scared to fuck her
I
husband.
would be fucking terrified
She
of
would-
getting a
She
widow's
might
peak.
doesn't even know.
You know what Victoria needs to do? She needs to just send that that bitch a clip of her super kicking all those divas in that bikini contest. That will set her straight.
I'd be
Seriously.
terrified.
I don't know, but what do you think, Sam? What do you think about Victoria's man stepping out on her?
To be honest, like, I haven't seen much about it. Without sounding grim, I don't actually follow Victoria on Twitter to have seen what's gone on.
Oh damn.
But I'm not down for, in general, cheaters and stuff like that. I'm so totally against cheating and all that kind of business. So I think she's kind of only reacting how any girl would react if you found out that, like, her husband... Was it her husband or is it just a boyfriend?
Her
Her husband. I didn't even know she was married.
Yeah, well, that,
Either.
like, that's... If you'd have found out if your husband would cheat on you, you would
Ooh.
literally go
Me.
apeshit. And she's just done what anyone would do in the heat of the moment, not realise what she's done until a couple of hours later, and she's like, shit, shouldn't have done that, fucker. But she did it, so whatever, it's fine.
My husband cheated on me. He'd be picking up his teeth. I don't play that.
Yeah.
I just feel so bad for her because I don't know because I didn't know she was married either, but if her and her husband own that restaurant together, like if they have some ties, I just feel like it's going to be a very messy situation.
I also saw fans like commenting towards her. I seen divorce pop up and shit like that. I was just like,
Just retweeting them. Like,
yeah.
I sense a divorce coming and she was favoriting and retweeting. So, I mean, she's obviously really upset right now, and it's just, I feel really bad for her. She was always one of my favorites. So.
I don't know. Then again, like, maybe she felt like she couldn't reach out to anybody, and the people she could reach out to is her. You know, wrestling fans are loyal. So she must have wanted to reach out to her fans and let her fans know what's going on. But girl, it wouldn't be me. People, listen to me. I caught my boyfriend fucking, you guys know that gay app called Jacked or whatever? I don't know. It's one of these apps.
No.
The other
I've heard
whole
of Grindr, and that's about it.
yeah, we heard of Grindr with some dot plays with, but whatever. One of my friends
Sorry.
screenshotted, and he's like, James, isn't this your boyfriend? And I was like sitting down with all my friends, and I'm like, yeah. And he's on a fucking one of those apps, so I was over it. Yes, I was over it. This is my ex, so I fucking got out of the room, I called him, and I was like, hey, blah, blah, mad calm. I was like, hey, I want to see you later. And he was like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. So I go to his house, I rip him a new one. I was like, what the fuck is this? Da-da-da. I haven't talked to him since. Like, and this was like going back like 3 months ago. I do not play that cheating game. No way. So Victoria, cut him loose. Once a cheater, always a cheater, and I don't believe in second chances. Boop.
Mm-hmm.
Bloop. But moving on to second chances and third chances, Fandango got a new fucking dancer. I'm too through. I'm done. I'm over it. And it's Rosa Mendes. Yay. Nikki, what do you think about it?
I'm happy, honestly.
Of
with
course.
it. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Rosa. I like her, but I can't deny she's absolutely horrible in the ring. Obviously. But this is a great role for her. Like, this is, like, obviously Fandango, after that whole Summer Layla kind of floppy feud that they had, he's never really been given any opportunity since his WrestleMania push when he went over Chris Jericho a few years ago. So I feel like they need to rebuild him, and obviously he's this dancer, and I feel like he does need a manager, and the perfect girl to have that to keep her out of the ring is Rosa. So I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited that they're actually like debuting together on the pre-show panel. So I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to talk about, see if they could get over.
Is it going to be on the panel?
She's gonna look fucking fabulous in all of her dresses.
I'm sorry, Nikki. I thought that he was gonna be in action. I didn't know that.
No, he's on the panel with
her. He's on the panel.
But then I read online that he's having a match against Question Mark.
Oh.
So probably Heath Slater.
Probably.
Yeah.
Heath Slater's always.
Barrett is on the pre-show too.
Ooh, I'm glad to see him back. But Gigi, what do you think about Rosa being the new dancing hoe?
Like Nikki said, I'm happy because it keeps her out of the ring. I was hoping that they just scrap the Fandango gimmick because once it got to the end, it just got so sad. Like, oh, poor Fandango. Like, you felt bad for him at the end. Like, he was the babyface at the end, running around with like Summer and Layla. But hopefully, like, they have an idea for it and they know where they want to go with it, and it's just not going to be like him coming out with Rosa every week, getting beat up by someone or just beating up someone. I need to see a storyline. I want to have background information on how did he get with her, like everything.
Well, I feel like if they do the dancing gimmick again, I hope Summer and Layla just jump Rose in the back somewhere just to beat her up. And, I don't know, spice it up a bit. But I just kind of wish that Fandango came back with that Johnny Weird character that he had on NXT. I really love that character. Johnny Curtis. He was like Johnny, what they called him, Weirdo or some shit. Creepy.
You wanna get weird?
Yeah, he's like, you want to get weird? I would love to get weird with him. Don't even play. But Sam, what are your thoughts? Sammy?
I don't mind it being Rosa. It keeps, like his boat will say, it keeps her out the ring.
That's just so sad. For somebody who's been wrestling for 8 years, we just want her to be out of the ring. I don't understand.
You know what?
It's not that we want her out of the ring. It's just the fact that when the day comes that if she maybe, who knows, gets this win, it's going to be like a giant big deal, and it's going to be just pointless. So I'd rather just keep her out the ring for now. Let her establish herself
as a character,
and as a manager, and as a new character. Because like she's always done the Hispanic kind of thing, when she was teamed up with what's her faces, Primo and Epico. That's the one.
I feel like if they were gonna pair her up with Fandango, they should have did this when Layla and Summer wrapped up in that match, and he should have dumped both of them and left with Rosa. Remember, Nikki, that's what you were going for them to do. Have Rosa come out. I feel like now it's a little too late. That's why I'm not invested. I don't care if they pull the gun at that time. I just feel like it's bad timing. It's just bad timing.
I felt like WWE, once they brought Rosa back and she was like, yeah, I'm a new girl. I got a new body. I'm a new wrestler. So I felt like they trusted her enough that they were going to have her as an in-ring role. But once they seen what she brought, they were like, hey, this isn't going to work. We need to start from scratch again. So
they must really love her.
Like you said, they dropped the ball. But like, I feel like this is a good thing for both of them.
It is, but like I'm happy that she has something she's doing. She's not just being in random tag team matches. So I'm glad she didn't get a win yet, because I don't feel like she deserves a win. Sorry, like people like she deserves a win. She doesn't deserve a win. I don't care. You've been working for 8 years. You haven't done anything. Yes, Cameron's had a win. Eva Marie's had a fucking win. Of course, Eva Marie deserves it. Eva Marie is doing exactly what she got hired for. She made Maxim's Hot 100. That's a big deal. A lot of people pass it over as it's nothing. It's a big-time magazine, and she's represented a company on that. That's a huge accomplishment in WWE. It's huge. So, and she's on Total Divas. She has one of the most followers on Instagram. She's doing exactly what they hired her for. Rosa ain't doing...
Think about though, can she?
I know, but then they say, all right, she can't wrestle, and then you have somebody like Rosa who can't do any fucking thing. She can't get herself a cover on a magazine. She can't get herself a Hot 100. She's a beautiful girl. She's so beautiful, but I just don't understand where's the talent. They're like,
but like you said, James, she's doing exactly what Eva's doing for the company. She's doing her job in the sense that she is a total diva star now, and Like, she's doing her job.
She's
so
good
has
on
other
Total
people.
Divas. I like her on Total Divas. That I always said that I like Rosa on Total Divas, but that's it. That is it. Nothing else. Total Divas is. I feel like for me, Total Divas has always been a separate entity for me. I judge the girls separately on Total Divas. That's like I said, my relationship with Summer Rae. I love her on Total Divas. I think she's a fucking bitch. But on TV, I love her. I love her character because she's a bitch girl. But her as a person, she's conniving, she's sneaky, and she's a bitch. And that shit that she did with Rosa and the guy, I thought that was so shady. And I'm like, who does that? And I like Rosa on Total Divas, but I like that she's messy. I really do. I like that she sleeps around and she, hey.
She got the filter, really.
Yeah, get it in. But, like, girl, like, you just don't belong. That's all I gotta say about Rosa. She just doesn't belong. But
She's
good
a
luck.
manager. I'll give her that. So I hope when she is with Fandango, she gets involved in these matches. She, just vocal on the outside. I just don't want her to be a stiff board. And, knowing her background and her history, she won't be.
No, I think she'll do all right as a dancer.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
on.
Yes, I'm over it. Roman Reigns is set to return, and it's been said that he's going to be having a title match for the U.S. title against Rusev December the 27th, I believe. So, looks like Cena's going to be the one to put out Rusev, because they're really jumping in already with the Rusev Roman Reigns thing. So, I think your prediction, Nikki, is out the window now.
Yeah.
So, that's that. Any thoughts on Roman and Rusev?
Well, what's exactly going on? When is this? When's he advertised to come back?
He's advertised to come back the holiday seasons. They're saying sometime before Thanksgiving. I mean, sometime after Thanksgiving, before Christmas.
That soon?
Yes, that's what they're saying. Mm. And the match is being advertised for December the 27th, I believe. I don't know what day that is.
Go ahead, James.
No, I'm all set. Go ahead, Gigi.
I was gonna say, I think they should have saved him for Royal Rumble just so we have that big moment, Roman's back, him coming back against Rusev for the U.S. title, that, just screams underwhelming, and, I think they just, because I know they want him back, because that's supposed to be, their next guy, it's gonna be their next John Cena, and, give him time to actually heal. I know he's probably, okay right now, but still, that's something that could pop back up, and it will be bad to his career, the whole hernia thing, so they just shouldn't have waited. Okay, he'll be a surprise entrant in the Rumble, he can win the Rumble, so that's under his belt, is one of the things that he's done for whenever they put him in the Hall of Fame, so instead of having him against Rusev. And I just find Rusev really boring, so
I find it way too soon to actually go over Rusev. Didn't he just win the belt 2 weeks ago?
I don't think he's gonna go over Rusev.
But I mean, then what's the sense of bringing him back to put him in a feud with Rusev to not go over him and then to eventually win the Royal Rumble?
I think
not to be a surprise. I like Gigi, her prediction of having just keep him a little surprise entry to the Royal Rumble.
It's still early, so WWE shit always changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it could.
I hope it does change.
It could be a spot where he's gonna have a match, and then it could be just the hype match, and then it gets interfered or something, so the match does not happen. So we don't know. We don't know what they're gonna do. But I just really hope that this match doesn't happen. Period. I don't want these two working together just yet. Just yet.
And it's the fucking U.S. title. No one ever said no little kid says I want to be the U.S. champion when I grow up. No little kid. Says
yeah, and I don't want Roman to carry that title. I feel like he needs to go directly up to the top spot. But this could be the prediction that people's been making, that he might fall and Dean Ambrose might be the top guy that they go with.
That's what I was
saying. So it could be, but we don't know. Or maybe it could just be a house show match. Who knows? Who knows?
It's just it's really
that's hella janky if he returns at a house show, though.
I don't know. They said that he's going to return between the end of Thanksgiving and before Christmas. So he could be at a Monday Night Raw, and this could just be a one-off little quick match that they have at a house show. He could probably make his return.
To see him and Lana together.
That's what I was thinking. I was maybe Lana could finally interfere in a match, and that could be a way to save Rusev's win, because Roman almost put out Rusev, so Lana had to insert herself into the match to save his streak and the belt. So
she could throw her heel at him, Layla did to Natty one.
Oh, nobody can do it like Layla when she threw that shit. I was look at my girl. It was so accurate.
Never she hit CM Punk that one time. It's one of my top things.
She hit him bullseye, boom. I loved it. But moving on from Roman, Becky Lynch and Bayley have a match tomorrow night. I'm excited for this on NXT. I can't wait to see these two. I just love the NXT girls, and I feel like it's going to be a good match. I really love the new Becky heel thing, and I love her and Sasha's little Bay catchphrase, best at everything. I think it's so cool. And Sasha, your girl Nicki, she's just doing the damn thing these days, and I really feel like once Charlotte gets a call up, Sasha's going to be right behind her. Right behind her. So I'm excited for these two mixing it up. What do you think, Sam?
I didn't really know that they had a match, to be honest. Like, I like NXT.
No, it's coming up. It's tomorrow. The match is tomorrow.
I don't watch it religiously or read about NXT religiously enough to know that they had this match. But I'm enjoying it. Did you think it's Becky and Bayley?
Yes.
Yeah. I really like Becky. I liked Becky since her debut, which is that stupid fucking Irishy jig thing that peed me right off. But I think she's really good. I do enjoy her as a character. I'm hoping to, but with her heel turn, I can see it being like slightly Lita-ish, if that makes sense, like her mannerisms and stuff. I would like that to go ahead, but who knows?
I don't get no comparisons from Lita towards her. A lot of people say it. I don't see it. I think they're two different people.
I think it's just the hair.
I think it's
and the hard rocker thing.
Yeah, but Becky Lynch is more grunge. I think people don't know the difference. Lita was punk rock. Becky's grunge. There's a difference. So it's all the headbanging and shit like that. Like, Lita did do some headbanging, but Becky's like extreme in the screaming. I just love her gimmick. I love it.
I find the gimmick, like, to be honest, a little annoying.
Really?
Like, I just don't. I don't really get the pairing of Team Bay. Like, I love Sasha Banks. She's my girl. But, like, from what we've seen of her and Becky so far, it looks like she's just using Becky so she's not the one taking the beatings from Bayley and Charlotte. Like,
yeah.
And there wasn't any, like, storyline progression to really make me get behind Becky. And I've only heard her talk once, and she's got a deeper voice than Natalya. So I just don't know what's going on. She's not really
That's just her accent.
Yeah, it's just her accent. I feel, and now she's gonna be a heel. I love her voice is deep. I like that. I love her accent. She's kind of rugged and rough. I like there to be a difference. I don't want all my divas to sound like
when
cutter.
When I'm not looking at the screen and I hear somebody talking to Sasha, I think it's Roman Reigns. Turn around and back. You got a problem.
The shade. I can't even deal. But let's move on from Becky and Bayley. WWE has signed a new deal with Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers is the ones who sponsored the Scooby-Doo movie and all of that. So there's going to be more projects, more videos, so hopefully we'll see Divas more involved, because AJ was involved with the Scooby-Doo thing. So, I don't know what this means. What are they going to do with Warner Brothers in this deal? Just more movies.
They're supposed to get the Flintstones also, and the Bellas are in that.
They're in the Flintstones movie?
Yeah, they're like, they just changed their names. It's like something to make it sound like Bella Bedrock or something like that, but it's like, it's them.
As
and I think they're supposed to be with, they're supposed to be with their guys in the cartoon.
Oh, that's cool. Good for them. Good for them. Royalties. That's what they'll be getting. Them royalty checks. That's what pays the bills.
So with Warner Brothers, is it just strictly like cartoon anime stuff, or is it actual movies too?
Well, they do a lot of things. But
and then Warner Brothers is like the new distributor of their DVDs or something like that I saw.
Yeah, that's it. It's a multi-year deal.
Because I know that Eve Torres is like, she's in a movie. It's like Queen of the Ring or something. Went straight to DVD. I think it's already out, actually.
Yeah, and it was also streaming on a network when it first came out. And it's a foreign movie. I believe it's from Sweden. I could be wrong. But it's not in English.
Oh,
I think she's supposed to have a movie with The Miz also.
Who?
Eve. I remember, like, it was like when she was still like babyface in WWE, and it was like supposed to be this movie about a girl and she's trying to become a diva. And like,
yes,
The Miz
this is
is
the
in
movie.
It, but it still hasn't been released yet.
This is the movie.
Oh, this is okay.
Yeah, but I feel like Eve, like they're promoting her, but I feel like she was only in the movie for like 2 seconds, showing her do her back moonsault or whatever. And the girl's like, I want to do that, or whatever language they speak in the movie. But whatever. Speaking of Speaking of voices and being characters and the Bella Twins playing characters, freaking Melina has a podcast, you guys.
Lord, I listened to it.
I'm so excited when I heard Keeping It Real with Melina. And I was like, oh, my girl, my girl, my girl. I love her voice. It's so soothing. But this girl was... Everybody knows I love Melina. I love her. But I keep it real. As much as I go in on Rosa Mendez because she's crap. All right. Let me put it this way. Melina's podcast is as good as Rosa's wrestling. It is terrible. So bad.
Damn.
She was sitting there talking... No, hey, it's the truth. She was sitting there, she was talking about burritos for like 20 minutes, and then she started talking about farting. I was like, bitch, ain't nobody got time for that. Like I couldn't think of anything else, but I was listening to it, I was like, is she real? Is she for real? Is she for real? It's like,
I really thought she was gonna spill some tea, and there was like no tea, just like, oh my god, girl.
Oh my god, I gotta tweet her, and I'm like,
no tea, just burritos.
Just burritos. She's like, if you haven't had a burrito, I suggest you try a burrito. I'm Mexican. I grew up. I don't know a world without burritos. Bitch, fuck the motherfucking burrito. I want to know what happened with you and Batista. I want to know what happened with you and Candice Michelle. Let's get it going. And like in the beginning, she's like, I might say my high spots of wrestling, and I might really talk about my really, really low spots in wrestling. And she didn't talk a damn thing about wrestling. I was so mad. I was like, this is so disappointing. And Gigi, we love her. We love this girl.
I was so excited. I'm like, this is gonna be good. She's probably gonna get into like all her breakups with John Morrison and shit. I wasn't expecting her to like say her whole life, but get something that's gonna make us want to come back for the next episode. I'm sitting here like, girl, I'm gonna sit on the next episode. Like, I'm wait.
Sam, did you listen to it?
No, like I was in work when you were messaging about it, and then I've literally come home.
Don't even bother. Don't bother. Nikki, did you watch it? Listen.
No, but I
don't waste your time.
Like if I should and if it's worth it, but apparently it's not.
It's not. It's
Me
not.
and James will screen them for you guys, and then we'll tell you, okay, this one is good.
Like,
so is it weekly thing? Does she do it like each week or?
I don't know. She already has 2 episodes out, and they're like 20 minutes long. They're not that long. And I feel like she like the way that she's doing this is very, I'm sorry, it's idiotic. Like, you're gonna come in, all right, Melina, I know you have a lot of fans love you, but not everybody knows you. You're a diva, you're a former wrestler. You gotta come in with your built-in fan base, and then you expand. You gotta come in, you gotta talk about the wrestling, you gotta talk about your title runs, you gotta talk about how you came into the business, and then you could expand into talking about burritos and taking a shit and farting and on the side. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just jump into a full show like that. And I feel like she needs to start. I feel like she should contact Chris Jericho and be like, "Can you give me an interview? I want to really promote my podcast and all this bullshit."
Yeah.
So, and then when she goes on there, she could talk about her wrestling, and then when people go listen to her, they can hear other stories about wrestling, and then she could get into her shit about, like, I'm gonna tweet her because I really like her, I care about her, and I want her to be successful because she is my all-time favorite diva. But this is bullshit. Like, I can't defend it.
Her YouTube channel was so much better.
I'm sorry?
When she was like on YouTube, I remember they had like the report that she dropped off John Morrison at the arena, but they said she couldn't be there, and it was like 1 week after she got released.
Yeah.
Remember, like, she like did a video and she's like, I'm at the park because they wouldn't let me come into the building, and it was just so terrible. I was like, girl.
Yeah, because they thought that she was gonna go cause trouble because she came back so quick.
I heard reports that she texted Melina. She texted Natalia saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be in the crowd and let's jump Kelly and we'll make a storyline out of it and everybody will love it."
Yeah, it was a joke though. It was a joke.
And so Natalia got all freaked out and probably went and told me.
Yeah, tight ass Natty probably ran into the. See, that's why.
Melina isn't settling her tea kettle, guys.
She's making threats of jumping over the barricade and attacking Barbie. But, like, I could just picture her backstage running like a loose chicken. Like, I can't. But Melina, you need to redirect this little podcast of yours, girlfriend. Maybe you should listen to ours and take some tips, honestly. No shade, but shade. But that's enough about my girl. I'm sorry if I read you too hard, but it's all love, girl. I really, really love you. John Cena, someone who I don't love. is having a sit-down interview. Oh, before I get into that, he has a new sponsorship with Foot Locker, so he's going to be on Foot Locker commercials. Good for him. This is good for the business. I like shit like this.
Yay!
I don't give John...
Nicki about to get some new Louis Vuittons?
Yes, Nicki's about to... John Cena's getting some new checks, bitch. You know that bitch is happy because them checks are coming in. But he's going to be Foot Locker's new like sponsor or whatever. He's going to be their guy. He's going to be on their commercials, which is pretty cool because a lot of athletes done it. A lot of basketball players, big-time basketball players. So this is really, really good for WWE, and it's good for John Cena. See, I like Cena for shit like this. I don't like him in the ring, period. But what do you guys think about John Cena? And he's having a sit-down interview with Michael Cole. I believe it's next week or the end of this. I think it's before Friday. So they'll be having an interview with Michael Cole, kind of like Paige's interview. So we'll see what kind of boring... What?
What's it going to be about, though? Do we actually know?
It's going to be the generic same John Cena never quit bullshit.
Yes, we're going to make it to Survivor Series and we're going to win.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Who cares? That's it.
I'll watch it. Shoot.
I won't.
I won't. Especially because I can't stand fucking Michael Cole either. Like, honestly, he ruins watching previous old Diva matches, because every time I look back at, like, 2011, 2012, early 2012, it's just halfway through the match, can we get over with this, please? He's just, like...
Oh, I hated him on NXT.
And just fucking ridiculous. I couldn't stand it.
On NXT, he was such a heel, though, and he did a good job. I
know, but it's like... I remember, like, he had, like, a sign, he's like... When like kill me, I need this to be over. Like, oh my god, I'm done. And he had like a gong, and he would like bang it when he wanted the match to be over. I'm like, you are such a queen diva. I can't.
No, I love heel Michael Cole. I maybe I'm the only one. I enjoyed it. I don't like him as a face.
No, I liked it.
The fact that none of the divas got anything over on him. Okay, Eve did a moonsault on him.
He's like, what do you do? He was never impressed by the divas, and I really feel like he's one of the people that are. He's not a diva fan, and he even said it on the network. He's like, granted, Stone Cold. Like, they had to put that in there. He's like, Stone Cold and The Rock were the only reason why we beat WCW. But the Divas were a good helping hand and all this bullshit. And I was just like, why can't the Divas ever just live? I'm like, God. Like, they always got to get shunned. So that when he said that, I was just like, yeah, he's not a Divas fan at all. You can tell.
It's probably the reason he got Divas.
He hated them.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's not JR.
He's the only one happy about that news.
About what?
No Divas of 2K15. He's like, yes.
He's probably like, were they ever in the game? He probably didn't even know you could create Divas. He's probably like, were they ever in? Like, he.
No, I've been watching videos. If you create a superstar, they still have like girl call names for like when Justin Roberts like calls you. I'm sitting here like they still have like the names Jessica and like Angel. I'm sitting here like y'all are like really trying it.
Ass backwards. I just can't.
So messy.
Messy. But you guys, that was our show. We covered all the tea today, which was a lot. I feel like we've been yapping forever. But where can we find you at, GG, if everybody wants to find you and shade you?
You can shade me at __ diva, but no, I shade back, and I will shade hard.
I know, GG. Sam, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at sampele_ and on Tumblr at sampele.tumblr.com.
Nicki, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Nick Aiken WWE, and you can find me on Instagram at Prince Pipebomb.
And you guys can follow me at Jimmy James, JAYMES on Twitter. And it's been a good show, and we still got NXT and SmackDown, but we will see you guys next week on our weekly episode of the Pipebomb Podcast. Thanks for listening. Toodles.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Ciao.